Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm your man Tonka. Thank you so much for joining us here. I got a really special video that I can't wait. We've been trying to kind of organize this for a long time, but I got kind of sick. So actually, before I begin, stay tuned to the very end because what I'm going to do is you have an opportunity to win a free MagFed marker. I'll talk to you about that at the end. And listen, if you haven't already, join the Tonka Tactical Facebook group. There's over 1,400 members. A lot of cool things are happening there. That's where we give new markets to new players, and we try to build up the community. So a lot of cool things are happening. Here's a link right over here. So check it out, Tonka Tactical Facebook group. But here I am with my man Adam Collyer, and he's the owner and founder of Tier 1 Armament, Canada's online store for MagFed markers and online and airsoft stuff, and also an awesome sponsor of our Tonka Tactical Facebook group. So, Adam, listen, before I even go on, thank you so much for being a sponsor to our group. It really means a lot to me.
No problem. It was a no-brainer. It was easy to, figure out. I know I'd seen you before, watching everything, and I love what you do. So
Thanks, man. I appreciate. Actually, you know what? I gotta say this. I know we talked about this before going on camera, but I talked to a lot of people about you, and everybody knows you have an amazing reputation. And as you know, like our community, there's no filters.
No.
They'll say it as it is, good, bad, or ugly, and everybody has absolutely everything positive to say about you.
You're gonna make me blush here. So
well, you know what? The fact that you're sponsoring our group with the reputation that you have, it just means that much more. So
you know what?
we're good.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. 'Cause
Yeah,
it
man.
means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Try to stay humble. So
So let me, before we get into all that you offer, let's just take a couple minutes and tell us a bit about yourself.
okay. So let's see here. I used to be the president. I got SAS started here in Canada. So like many years ago, and that was with my oldest son, who's now 23. God, I'm getting older.
Yeah.
And he wanted to join the paintball team, and because I played paintball way back in the day, and let me tell you, it's almost one of those stories. Let me tell you, kids, back in my day, the cost of paint, like you got a tube of maybe 10 rounds, and your CO2s, and out in the field you went. So I started that way back at Flag Swipe, just outside of London, Ontario, and then stopped playing, had my kids, and got into it when my oldest went to a paintball party at Wasaga, and from there he's like, I want to join a team. He found SAS, and I was a little hesitant. It's like, oh, okay, what's the involvement? So we got that going here in Canada. Talked to Steve Kaltenbach, Necro. Some of you may know him, some of you may not. Steve is awesome, dude. Steve actually came up to my game Honey Badger.
Yes, Honey Badger. We're gonna talk about that after this. Yeah, for sure.
But so from there we joined that. We helped grow SAS to where it is now, and had a great time. And that's where I met my business partner, Steve Rattay, who's up in Ottawa. And Steve was part of a company called MaxTac. And we eventually, after some issues with that, and I won't go into it here, but there were some issues, and so we ended up starting up Tier 1 Armament.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And Tier 1, you focus strictly on MagFed and airsoft, right?
More so MagFed paintball. We do a little bit of airsoft, not as much. We may get into a little bit more later on down the road, but right now there's a lot of other good stores that are out there doing that.
And so why MagFed specifically? When there's speedballs and there's hopper feds and all that sort of stuff, why MagFed?
And I have nothing against hopper fed or pump or anything like that, but it's just I love MagFed.
Yeah.
That's my
and that's all I play as well as MagFed, and not to knock any other
No.
style of play. It's just
Not
I
at all.
find that MagFed is a lot more tactical,
Yes.
more I don't know, more intense. I'd say.
Yeah.
Some people can argue a different story, but no, I agree. I
And
agree.
or for if you really want LARPerators. So, the
Oh,
LARPing. So.
okay, I gotcha. So let me ask you, obviously, and we'll get into your site and stuff like that, and all the stuff
Yeah.
that you offer. But if someone wants to get into MagFed as an entry level,
Mhm.
what market would you suggest they kind of get into, or start off with at
Well,
least?
so for me, and this is what honestly, it's funny you should bring up this question because I had been looking at possibly doing a video saying, because I've had parents approach me and say, what do you recommend? For me, I would actually recommend something like the Tippmann Stormer Elite.
Yeah,
And the reason being is because you've got MagFed and you've got a hopper on it. So you've
yeah,
got two different areas you can actually go. So it opens a bit more. MagFed, yeah, like I think that to me, I think if you're really getting into a MagFed marker right away and you really haven't gone out there, you really should have at least two different options with
yeah.
that gun.
It's an easier transition, right?
Absolutely. But I think that parents need to make sure their kids are actually going out and they're going to play this because it's not cheap. We can all agree that it's not cheap to get
Definitely not
started.
cheap. Yeah,
So that's what I always, so start with something like a Tippmann. Tippmann they've been out there for years. Everybody knows the Tippmann name.
yeah,
Tried, true, tested. It works right out of the box. The internals, it's so easy to work on.
yeah, yeah.
And like I said, the Stormer Elite, it's going to give you two options. You've got your hopper, you've got your MagFed, so the whole wide world opens up for you.
Yeah, and they're known to be solid markers, like just known
100%.
for their quality, right? And so okay, so from going from a basic, for those people that are more advanced, and I know there's a lot of controversy, I know there's a lot of great markers out there,
Hmm.
but what would you, and maybe I shouldn't, well, what would you recommend for those people that are more advanced in MagFed? Like I have an M17
Yep.
and I'm dying to get a T15.
Hmm.
But in your opinion, what would you suggest? Or is there really a way to say, you know what, you should get this gun or this gun? Or there's just so many different characteristics to all these different markers that it's personal preference. Like, what are your thoughts?
Definitely personal preference. You can, it's everyone's got an opinion,
Yeah.
and I don't know if I can. I'm gonna say it anyway. You can always censor it out.
Yeah.
Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, and they think theirs doesn't stink.
True
So,
enough. True
um,
enough.
but the thing is that it just depends on your budget, because you can go T15, you can go into the Planet Eclipse EMF 100, or there's also MCS, which we deal with as well, the 468, all the way up to the Karmatech SAR 12, which is like, that model is, we were talking about $2,000 right there for that marker alone,
Yeah.
from Dave Williams.
Yeah.
So again, it's personal preference. I know Ryan Bell, Mech Tactical.
Yeah.
Ryan, he loves his TMC. He runs that thing religiously.
He runs a TMC. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's running a TMC.
Yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, yeah, I think it is a TMC, right?
But again, depending on who you ask, you're going to get people that TMC and they're just going to put it down. Again, you have to ask yourself, what am I going to shoot through this? Am I shooting round ball, or am I shooting a mix of first strikes and round ball?
Right.
Because not every field allows first strikes still here in Canada.
True.
So you have to know what you're running through the marker. The TMC doesn't allow you, or the Storm Elite doesn't allow you to run first strikes through it. And first strikes are gaining not the momentum that they are in the U.S., but they're slowly gaining more momentum here in Canada.
Yeah, so I primarily run first strikes, but and the reason why I run first strikes is one, it's more efficient, more accurate. Let's face it, right? But there's a lot of controversy in the sense that first strikes are a lot more expensive than round ball. But I always said that you know for per shot per kill, it seems that first strikes actually work out to be a lot cheaper because with round ball you're blasting out a lot of round balls because of the deviation of the ball. What are your thoughts on that?
No, you're absolutely right. If you're not sitting there going full auto, say on like a T15, because you can get the full auto kit
Yeah.
and just blast right through them. But if you're picking and choosing your shots on semi-auto, you're absolutely right. Your shots are going to be they are going to be more accurate. Um, with round ball, you don't know how long it's been sitting there. If you get a deviation like a dimple in the paintball, well, your shots are going to possibly go this way and that way,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Frustrating as hell, man. Frustrating as hell.
Exactly, because you've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
that person lined up, and now you're like, you know what, I've got
Now
him
they
pinned.
know where you are, and you're exposed, and
Right.
yeah, I got you.
So as long, again, quality of the paint always goes away, but first strikes they don't dimple.
Yeah.
So the only issue you've got to make sure and is that the velocity that your FPS is set to a certain standard because you'll get bounces and from what I've heard from some of the more experienced players is that a lower FPS for a first strike, you'll get the bounce, but you also it's going to hurt more than it would as if the FPS. It sounds a little weird, but if your
Yeah.
FPS is a little bit higher.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not an expert on it. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
going to pretend to be somebody, but it's that's what I'm hearing.
Right, right. Okay, so let's talk about your site for a sec because I'm a big fan of MCS, and I just discovered or just found out that you're Canada's exclusive distributor of MCS products, right?
I don't know so much if we are exclusive. Like we do have some exclusives, like the box mag
Okay.
that from MCS. We do bring it in for MCS. So I've got like a direct line right to KT. I was actually
Nice.
talking to him the other day, um, and it's like KT is oh my, you want somebody that works hard? That guy works hard. KT works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he pushes a lot of videos out there. Because you know what?
Yeah.
I love his stuff. I bought a ton of his stuff. That's why I was pissed that I never knew that you had MCS stuff. Because not only do you have MCS stuff,
Yep.
but for Canadian paintballers, they can buy it cheaper off you than if they buy it off the MCS site, right?
Right. Yeah. Actually, yeah, you're better off because what people don't realize is that when you're ordering through them, you've got your cost of or cost of whatever you're buying, plus your shipping, and then on top, when it shows up at your door, you've got your duty.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
we're trying to hold more and more product with MCS, so to make sure that we've got stuff. But you've seen KT's site;
Yeah.
it's insane.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
can't. I couldn't hold everything that man he's got. Like it's insane.
But yeah, but you can get ordered shipped to you quickly. So if like a Canadian paintballer wants some MCS stuff,
Absolutely.
you can get it right away, right?
Yes, and one of our techs, Dean, if somebody was looking at like, we've had a couple customers reach out to us regarding the 468 PTR,
Yeah.
and Dean is our tech, and he knows that gun inside and out. So if there's any issues, we can, as long as we get approval from KT, we Dean can work on those guns
Nice.
without any issue. It's the same with warranty work is very similar with the Carmtech. Dave is very particular about having the warranty work. So customers, they may not realize this, they have to go through Dave Williams in order to get the warranty first. And usually that warranty has to, like, I know that uh, we can work on it. Matt from Tactical Sports here in Barrie.
Yeah,
He,
great guy, great
yeah,
guy.
oh
I'm actually
my
going
God.
to be seeing him after this interview, actually.
Yeah,
Great guy.
I love Matt.
Yeah,
I go in and my wife, she laughs. She's like, "You're not coming out of there for like a good hour," because Matt and I, we get going on about everything.
Yeah, if you ever go to his store, which I'm going to in a few minutes, you won't want to leave.
Yeah.
Just like this place, actually, just like this place right here. I don't know what, man. If you could, maybe I'll do a scan of it. But if you were here and the stuff that he has, it is just everywhere. It's just such a rush, man. It's such a rush. So let me ask you. You have a lot of markers on your site, but there's some markers that are not on your site. But say someone wants it, because you have some really good prices and stuff like that. So say someone wants to get a marker that's not listed on your site, like I don't know whatever MagFed it is.
468, 468 PTR. Those are listed on the site. We're working on I'm KT's a little bit behind on some of that product right now. obviously with everything that's going on in the world.
Right, of course.
So we're trying to make sure that we're grabbing a 468 to at least have in stock for customers. But if somebody were to want like a PTR, that's a specialty item just because of like it's so expensive. Like that marker is expensive.
Right.
If you are looking at a PTR, I'm going to explain. You really need to know your marker, and it's like you need to be technical.
Right.
This is not for a beginner whatsoever. Okay. You need to be able to fix things there and tweak things.
Right.
So,
but if they want a marker, obviously that's not on your site, they just simply have to contact you and
email us, and we will, we can get that. For the most part, we can get it in. Okay. CBSA they're trying to, they're looking at things a little more closely.
Okay.
Got to choose my words carefully here. I don't want to be on CBSA's hit list. Okay. But yeah, they are looking at things more closely.
All right.
For anybody that was considering ordering anything like a Umrex pistol, I'm quite sure that KT will not ship it from the U.S. We carry the Umrex line anyway, so we try to make sure that we've got everything in stock. So, but yeah, they can just email me at tieronearmament@gmail.com. It's right on our site, and we can.
And I'll have all the notes, or I'll have all the ways you can connect with him in the show notes. So just click on the link. I'll have a link to his website and all that sort of stuff. So let me ask you, what new upcoming things do you have for your site that people can get excited about?
That's a good question. I
just threw it. Sorry about that. Just put top of my head. It's like, oh man,
we're slowly adding more and more product.
Right on.
I've got a line. I don't know. I'm not sure how people's thoughts are on it, but we're bringing in, or sorry, we're not bringing. We're in. We've got a Canadian distributor that we deal with. We're slowly adding Emerson gear, like soft goods, to our list of stuff that we're holding on to.
Nice.
I'm trying to use what we sell the best I can. Yeah. I mean, there's only so many markers I can sit there and run.
Right.
Because I've got the EMF 100, I've got SAR 12, I've got the 468. These are things that I've picked up well before doing this.
Right.
Sorry, I shouldn't say that. The EMF I got as a gift from my wife.
Nice.
But yeah, it's just crazy, because I try to run the guns.
Yeah.
So that I can at least.
Well, you're really well versed in all these markers, airsoft, paintball. I mean, you have great knowledge on all these things. So
I appreciate it.
Well, I guess you have to, because what, when you have a site as busy as yours, people have questions, so they're gonna need some professional information. So it's good that you're a good resource for that, anyways.
Well, and I'll be honest, I don't have all the answers, and if I don't have the answer to somebody's question, I will go and seek it out for them, because I feel that they've asked the question. Now I've got to get the answer, and I'm not going to sit there and sugarcoat it and say, "Oh, I know this and I know that." No, I'm going to tell you, I don't know, and I will get you an answer.
Right on.
So,
well, listen, thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're a busy guy, and I really appreciate it. And listen, guys, the link is right here. I'll probably have the link right throughout the entire video. Check him out, Tier 1 Armament. Great store. Great guy, obviously, as you can tell. And again, if you want anything MCS, this is the place to go, because again, man, I wish I got myself off here, because I bought so much off MCS. And listen, as for the free marker giveaway, all you have to do is just two things. One, leave a comment here in the video saying that you want to join in. And also join the Tonka Tactical Facebook group. The link is right here. Join it. Like I said, a lot of great things are happening. And we'd love to have you on, because you know what? You're going to love it. So check us out. And also, please check out Tier 1 Armament. Again, a great store. And again, this place is amazing. Like, it's got everything you need, man. So check them out. Again, great prices and everything. So, Adam, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Richard. I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. Everybody, have a great day. We'll see you next time. Tonka out.